Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Marquita here. So we are going to jump into the balcony garden and Aerogarden updates because there are some things there. But first I want to share with you some items I picked up that I will be featuring later on, which I got from Lowe's. And so I picked up some more garden things now that the weather's getting stable in terms of not getting below freezing. I'm going to start doing do some seed starting inside and then transplant outside. That's the first time that I have tried that method, so hopefully it will be successful. So I just wanted to show you guys what I picked up and just a couple other things not related to seed starting so much, but some things I picked up from Lowe's the last time I was there. They did have some, oh goodness, they did have a sale on the vegetables and the like herb plant seedlings, but they didn't have much more than tomatoes. They had other things, but majority of them were tomatoes, and they were 3 for $12. But there were only certain things. Like it used to be, like any of them, like as a certain size was part of the sale, but now they have made it specific to just one particular price, which is pretty much just the tomatoes and a couple of other things that I either already had or didn't want. So hopefully they'll do another sale that includes all of the bonnie plants. Before I jump into the things I actually purchased, I want to show off my shirt. See, it says Plant Mom. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I got it from Old Navy. Old Navy was having a sale, and this shirt was $7. So not bad and super cute. Ooh, a little bit better view. That's the Plant Mom shirt. And again, I got it from Old Navy for $7 on sale. I think it's $10 regular. So let's get into the things I actually picked up, and then we'll hop over to the Aerogarden updates, houseplant updates, and balcony garden updates. So first, I just re-upped on some indoor potting soil. Nothing new. It's what I always use for my houseplants. So if you've ever wondered like what kinds of soil or things I use, this is it for the indoor planting. Now they do make specific ones for certain kinds of plants, like maybe some of your tropical plants or orchids. They do have a special indoor variety for that. I think the package is like orange, but generally for the house plants like the pothos, ZZ plants, all those things I've repotted, they're in that particular one, in this particular one. All right, and then new to the game and new for me, we have the Jiffy seed starting soil. It's natural and organic. I'm trying to see. Just so you guys can get a good look at it. So this is what I'll be using when I get ready to do my seed starting things. And along with that, oh goodness, and that's a 12 quart bag, by the way, if you're just wondering. I picked up these cups also by the Jiffy brand, and these are the 3-inch. I think they have anywhere from 2 to 5 inches, so they have a 2, 3, 4, and 5-inch cup available. I have the 3-inch. These are biodegradable seed starting Jiffy pots, and that means that you can actually just plant these into the ground or into your container wherever you're going to put the final spot for your seedling. And the directions are here on the side. So you would plant your seeds here, and then once you get your sprouting started, then you can move the whole thing and just plant it into its final place. These are natural and organic peat, and again, it's by the same brand as the seed starting soil, and it's great. These are the 3-inch. They are biodegradable and organic, easy one-step seedling transplant, and 0 root shock because the roots will grow through the pot. So if you're not familiar with them, that's how they work. And again, I'll be following up as I go on the seed starting journey because this is my first time doing that. I typically just buy the seedlings and repot them. So we've already skipped that step when I get them. And last but not least, not from Lowe's, I actually picked these up from Target. Target was having 30% off any outdoor stuff, gardening stuff, all of that. And these were, I think, $3 each, and then they were 30% off. So I have some of these. I have them in gray, I have them in orange, blue, white, other colors, but I picked up a couple because they were on sale, and I really love this color blue. and so I just picked them up to add to my collection. They are self-watering. You see the spout here where your water would go, and then you can see down in here where the water would just sink down, and it would basically be in the saucer part. So it is a nice self-watering pot. These were, I think they're 6 inches, these are 8 inches each. All right, so that's all I wanted to share that I picked up. So now let's hop over into the Aerogarden houseplants and balcony garden things. All right, y'all, here we are with the Aerogarden. Let's see if you want to see the stats. We are 33 days in. I probably need to add a little bit more water in just a moment. But this is the romaine lettuce. As you can see, 2 of them are doing amazing. I actually moved the 3rd pot over here because it wasn't growing. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But first, let's look at what is growing. And that is the romaine lettuce. Is actually at a point where I could eat it. And I may make a salad probably today or tomorrow. And as you guys know, if you have seen the romaine before on my channel, you know that as you harvest it, it grows and grows and grows. It will just keep regenerating. So it's always nice to harvest, but it is nice and ripe and ready to be eaten right now. And next to that, we have the spinach, not to be overshadowed, and it's doing well. This is the one that originally came up around the same time as the romaine seeds. So it's growing and doing well. So can't wait for that to get up and be mature enough to start harvesting. Actually, probably those first couple of leaves would be. I want to let it grow a little bit more. Now, where you see this smaller spinach just kind of starting out, I actually put another seed down in there from one that didn't seem to be growing, and this one actually sprouted. So I'm curious to see. I've never done that before where I've already started an Aerogarden, and then if something isn't growing, put another seed in there to see what happens. So this is the first time I tried that, so I'm curious to see how that works out. It seems to be okay. The inside, I don't know if I can get close enough to show you guys down in there, but it's got a little interesting root situation, but it is in the soil in the pod, and it seems to be okay. So, and it sprouted like right up within a couple of days of me putting it down in there. So hopefully that will continue to grow and it will look like its colleague over here. Now, where I moved the romaine, I also dropped the second seed in both of the romaine and the other spinach pod, and nothing seems to be happening again down in the romaine one. So I don't know. It was here, and I just moved it like a few minutes ago today, and I was thinking maybe the bigger leaves were overshadowing the pod, so it may not have been getting appropriate light. So we'll see if having a new location makes anything happen. And the other spinach seed, I can't remember now when I look down in there. I don't think it's doing anything, so maybe that's just a dud for the spinach. But at least maybe we'll get at least 2 out of 3 for the spinach and 2 out of 3 for the romaine. So not bad. I typically don't have issues with romaine, but this is my first time doing the spinach in this Aerogarden. I tried it in another Aerogarden, and I think I did maybe two pods, and neither of them sprouted. So, but it was a different brand of seed, which was older. This spinach I purchased this year, so it's fresh and new. The romaine seeds I purchased last year, so that could be something. And they are both organic from the Back to Roots brand that I purchased in the packs. So we'll see. And I'm also going to try some spinach outside, and that's something else I want to talk about. I will show you guys. I picked up some starter cups, and I'm going to try that. I typically don't do the from seed starting and then transplant outside situation. I usually buy my little seedling plants from Lowe's. But when I went to Lowe's the other day, and that's been since I've shared with you guys my trip to Lowe's, I went back, and they had more things in, but they were still very heavy on the tomato plants, which I already have 2 different tomato plants, and I don't want any more unless there's one specific one that I had in the past that I really liked, and I didn't see that one. But everything else was mainly just like tomatoes. They did have squash, cabbage, lettuce. They had a couple different types of lettuce. Romaine was one of them, and they had another one that was like an heirloom. So they had like 2 or 3 types of lettuce, broccoli, squash, cucumbers, strawberries, very big variety of tomatoes. So if you're somebody who's looking to grow tomatoes of any type, or you just want a variety of tomatoes, Lowe's definitely had tons to choose from there. So I'll say that. They had mint, sweet mint though. They usually have a variety, and they had standard basil, they had oregano. So if you like those, and they had a lot of pepper varieties, like, and mostly hot peppers. I was still looking for my sweet heat or something like that, but they had like jalapenos, they had chili peppers, different varieties. So they had, if you like hot or spicy peppers, those also had quite a bit. I would say the peppers and tomatoes were dominant in the um, seedlings. And I'm like, is this the effect of our current administration on farming impacting the variety of plants that Lowe's has to offer for, and it's money plants. So it is still a little early. I know it's still the end of March, beginning April, but a lot of things can start being planted around March and April. So I'm going to keep checking back, of course. And they still have room to get things in. So they definitely may have a better spread like over the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm not saying that they are struggling, but right now the selection is kind of limited. So I wasn't too excited about what they had. I just purchased a sweet mint plant, which you will see somewhere in this video. I don't know what order it'll be in, but on my balcony garden, and when you see that footage. But for now, I am focused on this, and I'm going to do some of my seeds. I'm going to plant cabbage. I think, I'm sorry, not cabbage, collards. And they did have collards at Lowe's as well, seedlings. They had cabbage and collards. But I'm going to plant a couple of collard starters, and I've never tried to grow collards before. So I'm going to put those in the middle, as you probably saw or you will see in my balcony garden footage. The 2 tomato plants on the ends of that raised garden bed, and then the middle is open, and that's where I plan to put the collards. So I'm going to start collards there. Start them inside and then transplant them once they kind of grow up, kind of like this spinach, and transplant them outside just to see what happens. And I'll also be checking back to maybe get some more container things as well. I think I'm going to do the spinach, and I'm going to try an oregano as well. So we will continue to watch that. A couple of other updates. Let's see what we want to look at. The houseplants. We'll move over here. I think the lighting's okay for you guys to see. So here we go. On the bottom row, this was the pothos, or one of the pothos that I had grown from propagation. So it's like 2 or 3 different spig cuttings in there that have created this beautiful combination here. And then up top we have the ZZs, the ZZ shelf. And there's one that's always doing this thing. It's always very beautiful and shiny and green. The Raven ZZ up here at the top actually has new growth coming in. So you see that light green. They do it, even though it will eventually turn that purpley black color, it comes in green just like the regular ZZ. So that is new. And that's my other ZZ. It's got a little something going on here too. Let's see, Chinese evergreens. Different variants. That's what they are. And then we will circle over to the other house plants. This is my other pothos where I did the propagation. So that is just one in there. Yeah, because it was a kind of big one. See, there's a new leaf over there now. Right there. My cover getting in the way. But yeah, that's the new leaf. And then let's see, not too much happening over here. Well, there are a few new ones, mostly everything up top there by the window. It's kind of relatively new, as you can tell by the size. This is my other Camille plant that I have, or Dieffenbach. Same thing. They are here. It's doing well. I think I need to maybe add some more water down in there, but it's seemingly liking the window. And those are the other ones. The white wizard plant still thriving. As you can see, it loves the sunlight. The propagation here for this pothos, this is from the Mandula. I'm going to check on it. It's not really doing much of anything. I know it's a slow growing plant, but I just want to check on it, make sure. And instead of putting it in a self-watering planter, I may move it to a regular pot and see if that helps. And then this, it seems to be okay. It's not dying. So we'll see what happens there. we'll keep an eye on that. I think I'm going to split my croton. I know I've said that quite a few times, but I think I need to because it's definitely getting overcrowded in that pot. And we also have aloe there. So, and the chocolate in here. But I think I'm going to do that. And then that is all. The last thing I want to take you guys to see, journey into the kitchen. Where, because I feel like I don't highlight them that often. So you have the cactus here. It's doing quite well. I actually just watered it not so long ago. And then the neon, and I know it's not as bright as what you're used to seeing from neons. Yes, it is a neon pothos. It may be because it's not as close. You can see like the distance between the neon and the window. I may move it into the other room because it's warming up now. And then this is the camille plant that I had that I told you it just started dying. Now while you see some green and there are leaves coming in, even as like that one, you probably can't see that well, but it's unfolding, but it's still browning on the tips. And I'm sure it's probably just like a nutrient thing. And could I probably work really hard, trim it up, and give it some extra things to help with the extra nutrients? Yes. But am I going to go through all that? No. And the reason being is because one, I already have the same plant, which is the one I just showed you, the different baka plant. So I'm not going to go through that. Typically I don't just toss plants, but in this case, because this one was a rescue, like it was already like one of those plants that was struggling anyway, I am going to let it go and just replace it with the one that's already here. So hopefully I can reuse that pot for another plant, maybe a different variety. That is all there. So that's all I have for you guys in terms of how it's going with the inside, the balcony garden, and just any new items I've picked up. And I'll be, again, as the season continues to go along with spring, I will be picking up more things and looking for new things. So I will have lots to report on. So let me know what you guys are growing or planning to grow this spring, summer, as we get into the planting season. Let me know what your gardens are looking like, whether they be in-ground, balcony, or indoor, Aerogarden, whatever it may be. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.